Today I want to talk about 5 retirement regrets that people have, and I just want to talk a little bit about potentially avoiding them. So this comes from an American YouTuber, My Retired Life. He asked retirees between 70 and 80 what their biggest regrets were, and in this case all of these people retired at 65 years old. I mean, this isn't like an in-depth study, but these are, certainly 5 things that people would regret in retirement that we see kind of all the time. So I just wanted to talk about it. No particular order, but the first one is a lot of them wish that they retired earlier. Now, I don't necessarily hear this all the time, but whenever we come across somebody that is like, oh, I think I'm going to work an extra 4 or 5 years, and you start talking with them and you know that they hate their job and they're just tired of the grind, and I'm like, guess what? You can retire today because you've worked so hard and you've saved so much money, so why don't you do that? And a lot of times once we convince them, within say the next 4 to 6 months, they'll be like, I put in my notice, and you see like this glimmer in their eyes and they're so happy, and it's amazing. And it's one of my favorite things to actually talk to people about and convince them that they're okay to retire earlier. So sometimes it's worth a check to see, are you going to be able to maintain what you want in retirement if you retire a little bit earlier than you were originally planning on doing. Next one is fairly self-explanatory. A lot of them are like, I wish that I traveled more when I could. Now they're between 70 and 80. They can't get around as much. They're not going to enjoy traveling as much. You can't go on the long walks or whatever. So certainly people wanting to travel more when they actually can move around, enjoying their early retirement years. Next week I'm going to talk about sort of a product, unfortunately, but it is a product that would help people be able to travel more in retirement, because one of the limiting factors in a lot of cases is not being able to get travel insurance, or it becoming just too cost prohibitive for you to actually get it once you get into your golden years. Maybe you have some health issues or whatever. Third one, a lot of people wish that they spent more, especially in the early days of retirement, which probably includes traveling. And this is a really hard one for people to get over, because you've spent your whole life saving, earning, adding to your accounts, and then the flip into retirement to say, well, I'm not adding anymore, I don't want to see this deplete, I'm scared to spend more. So a lot of times I'm trying to convince my clients that they want to spend more. Look how much extra you have. But it usually takes a few years of retirement before you start to realize, like, oh, I am going to be okay if I buy that extra thing, or go on that trip, or help my kids out, or take the family on a big vacation that costs a lot of money. So it's hard to get from saving into spending. And a lot of people that spend, all the time through their working years probably can't spend that much in retirement, and the people that saved going into retirement don't spend it. So there's sort of a catch-22 there or something. Fourth is taking up a hobby or hobbies. I mean, you're going to work every day, you're working 40, 50 hours a week every day from your 20s till your 60s. Now you've got all this extra time, you don't know what to do with it, you're just not doing anything, and your quality of life is low. So you got to get used to the idea of, like, what are you actually going to do when you retire, especially for people that love being busy. Some people are perfectly fine just saying, all I ever wanted to do was sit on my couch and read and watch TV or whatever. Then your retirement's not going to be that expensive, and it might be pretty easy. But for people that are active and busy, taking up a hobby is very important. And then lastly, this all comes kind of together, is a lot of people wish that they took better care of their health. A hobby kind of would do that. Usually it's keeping you active, keeping your mind going, all of these other things. If you just, don't take care of your health, then you can't enjoy your retirement. You worked your whole life and then you're like, I'm not even in good enough shape to actually enjoy any of this. What was the point? So that's something that all of us, in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, should take care of our health better. So maybe I'll listen to that one. Anyway, if you guys, want to see what it looks like or have these conversations, a lot of it beyond the planning, once you know, okay, you're going to be able to retire, is just a lot of conversations about what your retirement is going to look like, getting over the fact that you can spend some more money, getting used to all these ideas, because the transition is a tough one. So it's definitely something worth talking about and knowing that the numbers work out and going from there. So if you guys need retirement help, please contact us, info@k4financial.ca. And if you have any regrets in retirement, please post them in the comments, or if you have some things that you really enjoyed or the decisions you made right in retirement, we'd love to hear about those too. Definitely better to share positivity sometimes too. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.